Hello and welcome to another episode here on the Let's Play series in the regular world. And it has been an episode in the making, I think, because it's been a very long time before or since we were on this world. Also, it's been even further for me posting videos, even from the modded one. Real life issues and so forth, of course, is the reason for that, but also because the sort of mood for making videos was not with me, so I had to take a little break, try and find my inspiration again, I think, because I felt like modded, yeah, it works, but I didn't want to build anything there, so I decided to try and go over on this world and find something to do on here. Also in preparation for 1.17, I think I want to do a lot of stuff on this world before it changes up to a new update. So we are standing outside my almost oldest building I think I built on this world, the prismarine here together with my base, and a third building that I built very early on, which was the crop farm building that was over there but are now completely removed as well, was one of the first buildings that I built. And it feels like I want to change this building up in particular because it doesn't fit in anymore. Not in shape or in aesthetic or design or anything like that. So if I want to take an example to show you what I mean, almost all of the buildings that I built here is sort of the skyscraper form or even high up. So for example, super smelter over there, we have all these two skyscrapers of course, and the Twitch tower or the stream tower or something that I haven't finished either, and of course a little bit more of tall buildings and other stuff around here. What they also have in common is the sort of design and block choices. So we have, for example, here we have a glass, wood and some sort of concrete, or in some other cases terracotta, and it feels like that's the aesthetic I want to go with, the design choice. And if we take a look at this building, it does not fit very well. It was my strive or my goal to try and build something nice looking with prismarine, which I at the time thought was very good, but now I feel like it doesn't fit in at all. No, not working. So I felt like we are going to need to change this up. But we also need to change up the farms inside of here, because I have two farms in here, or have had, and one of them is the sugarcane farm that we already have one over on the in the desert over there somewhere, and it also used to be a sheep farm in here. I've just recently, and I mean just before started recording this episode, to take out the sheep, because we are going to make the new tower sheep shearing tower instead. So it's going to be a sheep farm inside of that. And instead of having them on the row like I have here, we are going to stack each of these stations on top of each other, so we save on space, but also to make it work with having a tower aesthetic, so we can fill up the whole tower. And of course the prismarine and wood are going to go, and I'm going to use the new the blocks that we have used before in all the other builds over here. But first we are of course going to be needing to remove this. This is going to be in the form of time lapse, and then I have to gather up all the materials, and we'll see each other after that. Enjoy the time lapse. Welcome back from that time lapse, and you can see that we did finish up with moving everything away, and I've also been a little bit busy in between clips now. I've actually put in all the sheeps already and also made the farm almost complete. The one thing I haven't done yet is of course the redstone part here, where we need a block and a redstone dust on top. I haven't done that yet because I didn't feel like doing that also. It was just a hassle to get every sheep inside of there and build everything 16 times over, because that's how this works. And what I didn't foretell was the height of this thing, and as soon as we get out of bed I'm going to show you. I have just made everything as small as can be. I did made a little bit of a mistake here and did it 3 blocks tall instead of these, which are 2 blocks tall with the glass at least. So that's one difference, but otherwise everything is similar. And the height of this thing, if we can manage to land on it, no. Even though it's 3 by 3, I think we are having to... Yes, good. It is officially, I think, the tallest building on this this world. It's a bit taller than the iron farm. It's a bit taller than this place here. And I think that it's at least taller than everything else. We are on 138 and... yeah, this one is 128, so it's 10 blocks taller than that. And this one is 130, so yes, it is the tallest building on top of here. And for now it doesn't look very nice, but it's going to be, because I've been gathering blocks as well, like I've said, and we are going to go for a more similar look to this one, with having these sort of shapes with the beams and then a color in between. But I'm not going to use the same pattern because that's very repetitive, and I'm also going to use some other blocks. So here we have the block palette. Cyan terracotta is going to be the sort of framework, and then we are going to use netherwort block and crimson wood. Actually, I only have them in this stem design now because it's much easier to lug around rather than having 4 times the amount. So these ones, and also glass, red glass, it's going to go in here, and also red concrete. So those blocks are going to sort of be the accent color to the framework in the cyan terracotta. So a little bit like the black in these parts, and then we have the orange for this part, and the birchwood here as the design of color. But yeah, and I also had to change up the terrain a little bit in between here, because first I did have it a little bit further forward here because of how the grass was blocks placed, and then it didn't fit in very well because it got too close to the iron building. And I also had to try and push it a bit to the side here, and then it was too close to this building. So I have changed up a little bit, made it go just beside my water canal here, and I built a little bit of a platform here. It's going to be terraformed in the future sometime, but yeah, for now it's just going to be this way. And of course we are going to start building this design, and starting with the framework and trying to do that, and then go in and design everything in between. So it's going to be a second time lapse for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed that, and we'll see each other on the other side when this is finished. Welcome back from that second time lapse. Our sheep tower is finished and done with, and it's gone a lot of time into this. I've already done a lot of it. I only did the front side here inside of the time lapse, but I've also behind camera done all the sides. So here we have the crimson stems, wood, the planks. Then we have the back side here, which we have the red glass, and then we have netherwort on this third side at least. And yeah, it's a little bit much, I think, at the moment to just look at these red backgrounds, but I didn't have enough gray terracotta left. We can look in here, and I have, or not gray, cyan I mean. I only have 2 cyan terracotta left, so it's not very good to start to build any sort of formations and so forth, but I think I'm going to do that in a future episode or maybe behind camera to match the sort of exterior on this side. Why I didn't decide to do the same designs on other sides is because I didn't feel like it, but also because, of course, the shortage of supplies that was in the way. And also I feel like this is going to be the sort of front side, and this has the entrance. So that's why I've just decided to make the front side here, and then we have all the sides here. Of course, we are going to make it look a little bit better with terracotta beams that's going to go up and down here. Maybe simulate the pattern, but not the background, so to speak. So yeah, one other skyscraper to join the fray here, and if we take a little bit look beside here, we can see that it fits in very well, I think. Sort of going to fill in that spot that was there in between these towers, and it's a little bit taller, so something happens also inside of the area, so to speak. And also it's in the red color, of course. And yeah, you are probably wondering one thing that I haven't talked about and I didn't think to talk about before this time, and that is because these red planks, usually you see usually you see the crimson stems. They are more sort of pinkish, I think, pinkish purplish, something a little bit more than red at least, and I use a resource pack to change that up so it's more red and more working with the red tones in the nether, so to speak. So that's why the blocks are changed in color. We can see, I think, if he's still left down here. Yes, he is. The wandering trader I have here with a data pack as well. We have the right color here in the little head sort of block thingy here, so that's the more purplish color, but yeah, for now they are the red ones at least. In my world here, and yeah, now the jump boost just got turned off when I needed it the most. So yeah, this is our tower, and of course the sheep farm is working. I put in the red zone bits that still needs to be done, so you can see that we have naked sheeps now. And yeah, I haven't color coordinated the sheep either because I didn't feel like it, so I really did it at random. So the first sheep that went out into the fence I got into here, so each sheep is in a different color than it should be, so to speak. I don't have a black sheep here. I think I have a cyan or something, or blue color, so it's a little bit maybe not color coordinated, but I felt like, yeah, it could be it at least. Just get the sheep in so they work. And just by looking inside of here, we can see that the sheep farm is working. I already have a lot of wool, but I felt like some colors I need a little bit more of. So that's why I decided to start it again and fill everything with at least 1 shears. And you can also see that I have one box here, and then we have one box here that's got 1 magenta wool at the moment. And the reason for that being is, of course, that I wanted to have it sort of symmetrical design, and also because if I could, of course, have used it to make a hopper here and then a chest down here, but then the chest I think would have been very, very close to the entrance. So here we have the chest and then one hopper facing this way and one hopper facing that way. So if either of the double chests gets full, then we can just fill up one of the other ones instead. So yeah, that's our sheep shearing tower, and I feel really good being back on this world actually. It's nice to have everything and have a lot of it, because in the modded world at the moment I have a lot of stuff but not a lot. You can not just go into the storage system and get stuff. You often have to complement with gathering up more stuff there. So yeah, it's very nice to have something just go collect and maybe do something else with. So the sun is setting. I'm going to turn to you guys, and it's going to start setting for this episode as well. I hope that you have enjoyed it, that you will enjoy future episodes, both on this world and the modded one if you're following that. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you liked about this episode. Subscribe if you want to. We see each other in the next episode. Goodbye.